was able to get a hold of this knowledge through ACP, you know, and I see his life right now and I see how much he's flourished, and I know how hard that must have been for him moving from home to home and not having, you know, sometimes it's not a stable environment. You never know what happens for these kids. And, you know, just to see him, you know, with his head held high and walking tall and being confident in who he was as a man, you know, and being a professional, a young professional, it really touched my heart, you know, because that doesn't happen for all, you know, foster kids. You know, some of them don't end up that way. And I feel like this program, actually not, I feel like I know that this program, if you know, students can get a hold of this program at a young age, it will seriously change a lot of lives and give direction to you know, these children that may not have the best opportunities. So Testing.
I think we're testing.
We here.
Wow, Cardo, we have been working. Okay.
So hard.
Yeah. Hey guys, Candace Haynes. I'm the host of ACP Automation Adventure, and we have.
I am Dwayne Ricardo. I go by Shop by Cardo. I am a videographer and content creator, and I've been contracted for ACP to bring them, you know, great visuals. So.
And that's exactly what we've been doing today. We've been doing a lot of work. We're currently in Boston. We're at Roxbury Community College, one of our partner institutions, and we're inside the Smart Building Technology Laboratory. So this is room 1, where you guys see like the trainers, and this is sort of like training level 1. And then the next room, step up to training level 2, and that's where you have the superstructure. And all the equipment is non-proprietary equipment, like you're working as if you're in or on a job. So that's really, really cool. And there's a lot of information that we as ACP within the building automation systems industry want to get out, but specifically to the youth. And that's where Cardo comes into play.
Yes.
That's where we're like, Cardo, we need you to take all of our information, all of this, you know, tech talk, if you will, and add some pizzazz, you know, like how can we, you know, recruit really some students and really pique their interest into pursuing a career in building automation systems. What do you feel about that? Like, isn't this awesome?
I think it's great. When you first, you know, approached me about taking on this project, you know, I was completely clueless what automation systems were. You know, I've heard of like, you know, androids and different robotic things like that, but I didn't know what building automation was, you know, like what runs the building that you walk into every day, you know, downtown Atlanta or wherever you may be. So I've learned a lot, and I think this is great. I think this is great for students, you know, that want a career that will, you know, be long-term. And I think this is a great direction for them to just continue to walk into or, you know, be a part of. So
that's really cool. Cardo, from a visual perspective, like, what do you think the young kids want to see? Like, kids see what they're looking at right here in the room, and, you know, it's intimidating. Let's just be honest. So what would you say, like, from a visual perspective, being able to translate kind of this intimidating space into something that is attractive to them? Like, how does that process even work? What do they want to see? What do they want to hear?
I would say that, you know, this generation or the world we live in today, you know, people love quality. So first of all, they want good quality videos, visuals, content, you know, because, you know, there's a competition out there for quality, you know, to be honest with you. And technology is so great right now that students know if it's something, like they can see something and know if they want to be a part of it or not, or kids in general. So, you know, just making the content appealing, you know, having great graphics, you know, maybe sound effects, you know, different lighting, different camera angles, things like that, you know, just adding more pizzazz to the videos. And I think that's what draws the students in.
I think that's cool because, you know, we don't want our listeners to think that's what makes the program cool.
Oh, no, not at all.
But you're speaking to something that's so important. It's like,
it's just the artistic side of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, everything needs to draw you. There needs to be something in any industry that draws you in. And then once you actually get that interest peaked, it's like, wow, actually, this is amazing. And, you know, there's a humanity component to it where I'm helping to, like, you know, save the world, you know, like I'm helping, you know, with the carbon and the emissions. Like,
see, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking of it of like helping, you know, students that may not, you know, putting food on the table.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing, you know. I mean, because I don't know the ins and outs of this program, but it's like community college, right? So that's cheaper, you know, college for most people.
Y'all look at Cardo. He's learning.
Yeah, I'm learning. But it's like, if I knew about this may be something I probably would have went to.
Yeah, same.
You know, because I'm a very hands-on person. I've always been this way. And I was like, I'm not going to a 4-year college, you know, and it was never in my, you know, vision to do that. But if I knew about something like this where I could use my hands and, you know, be technical, use my brain, because I was a math and science guy growing up, you know, and now I'm doing videography, but it's all hands-on, you know, there's different buttons. It all kind of correlates. So I know this will help other students out there across the world.
I love that, because I think our listeners, especially the students, needed to hear from you, because you are a tech guy. Being behind the lens, there's so much science and technology and mathematics that goes into that.
Yes.
That, again, that's also, you know, that's another podcast topic, but
it is.
You already know people come to you and say, hey, I want this visual created, but they don't understand what goes into creating it. That's the same concept here.
Yeah.
We see a building that's fantastic. You walk in and the lights come on automatically, and then the water comes on automatically, and the stereo system, you know, all these comforts, if you will, that we're just kind of used to, and we're like, oh, okay, you know, this is normal, but don't understand that it starts here.
It starts here. Yeah.
I love it. Well, Cardo, I'm not going to hold you, because we really actually have a flight to catch back to Atlanta.
Yeah, we cannot miss that.
I know we can. We probably could. Hey, we might.
Okay.
But then, no, we're not.
Boston, no.
No, we can't. Okay. But I do want to ask you, with you learning about the program, right? We shot some awesome content about the newest initiative that we've created, the STEM Skills for Success program. I noticed, and I'm going to say it on camera and live, you know, in front of everyone, because I thought that this was, I thought it was impactful. I noticed as you were behind the camera, you were emotionally affected by the content that we were shooting. You know, you were affected deeply by the purpose of the program and what it's doing. And I just kind of on this episode want to ask you, you know, you told me that was a favorite part of what you've learned so far about ACP. Yeah. And so, just let us know, like, what excited you and what kind of emotionally got you about the STEM Skills for Success training program.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, when we recorded the video with our special guest, Dwayne, it really did touch me a lot. So just a little backstory on my life. I grew up, you know, in a 2-parent household. Thankful for that. I'm Jamaican or whatever. But my parents actually were foster parents. So what that means is I've had about 6 different foster brothers, you know, live with my family for, you know, different time periods, you know, growing up. Some started with us from age of 6 all the way to 18, 20 and moved out. Some started at, you know, teenage years. And I'm still in contact with them today. But what I heard is that, you know, Dwayne was actually a foster student himself, or a foster child himself. And he was able to get a hold of this knowledge through ACP, you know, and I see his life right now, and I see how much he's flourished, and I know how hard that must have been for him, moving from home to home and not having, you know, sometimes it's not a stable environment. You never know what happens for these kids, and you know, just to see him, you know, with his head held high and walking tall and being confident in who he was as a man, you know, and being a professional, a young professional, it really touched my heart, you know, because that doesn't happen for all foster for all foster kids. Some of them don't end up that way, and I feel like this program, actually not, I feel like I know that this program, if students can get a hold of this program at a young age, it will seriously change a lot of lives and give direction to these children that may not have the best opportunities. So yeah, that really did touch my heart, and I'm excited to be a part of ACP because of that, because I am changing lives in a better way, being a part, so thank you.
That's awesome, Cardo. Yeah, I didn't know that backstory, and I'm thankful that you shared that with us. I think, while we go on this journey, as we go on this journey together to create and produce really this awesome content for awareness, we'll start to really, as you've noticed, connect with the content, and also get excited to do more. I mean, every day, guys, every idea, we're just like, man, let's go. It's just motivating, and we're empowered by it because we know that we're empowering others. And so, Cardo, thank you. I'm not going to, look, again, we got a flight to catch, so I'm not going to talk too long. Yeah. We can talk on the plane, right? But any last comments, about just your time with us so far with ACP and helping us build this awesome content?
Yeah, I'll just say, ACP is a great nonprofit organization with, great leaders and great people who work here. I've had a blast working with Candace. She's amazing. She's always on top of it. It makes my job a lot easier. And Brian is the man, very intelligent and a hard worker. So I'm excited for the future, and, you should be too. Hopefully you're watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, and you want to be a part. So that's what I got to say.
I love it. A couple things and a couple takeaways. Brian is the man. And with that, thank you so much for tuning in, Cardo. We have more work to do. Really excited. Yeah. And hopefully we will catch this flight on time.
Oh, we're going to get this flight for sure.
All right. Thanks, Cardo, for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back with another episode.
See y'all.